Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's a big day because we've got our Dominaria Remastered draft box. So let's crack this open and let's get our first look. Nice, very delicious. Absolutely looking forward to this set. I think more than I can tell you guys right now. All right. This is our first impression video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different than previous first impressions that we've done, only because we're going to open two boxes. So, let's get to it. All right, now that we got the plastic off, first impressions of the box. It's your typical box. Looks pretty decent. And we've got just our regular topper. We've got no box topper in here. We got 36 packs this time. So, hyped. I am beyond hyped for this. And I'm actually hyped for this, I think probably for the wrong reasons. Not specifically for tutors, but there are like a ton of cards in this set that I'm actually really, really looking forward to that really aren't even like the top cards in this set. So, as we've done in the past, we're going to go through the first couple of packs and we're going to go kind of on the slower side and we're just going to see what's in here. We're going to get a feel for the set. We're going to see what it's all about. And this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, so just sit back and enjoy. Chain Lightning, very nice. Lightning Rift. Nature's Lore, glad to see this one made a comeback. It's a reprint set, so I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of cards that we've seen before. And our first mythic, borderless non-foil Lyra. Nice hit. I'm going to follow this up with a Mesa Enchantress in the retro. And we have a foil, Spite and Malice. So I don't know how these are going to be set up. I guess we're just going to figure these out together. Don't know if every pack comes with a rare or with a foil. I don't know, but we'll see. Now, because this is a Sandstorm, nice to see that one again. Because this is a new set, I mean, the set doesn't even drop for another couple of days. No prices. Be no prices popping up. And we have Absorb for our first rare of the box. Let's make some room here. We're going to need it. We got a lot to go through. All right, Oven Eyes, and we've got some retro land. These lands are by far probably going to be one of my favorite things in this set. I have a thing for land. I have a ton of lands. Terminal Moraine. Oh, Terror. That's a nice looking Terror. Jolum Tome. And we have a Zur. I'm going to follow it up with a Savannah Lion. Savannah Lions in the common slot. All right. And token, actual tokens. All right. That's a pretty sweet looking token too. Oh man, Evil Eye of Orms by Gore. That's just such a cool looking card. Wild Growth. Grape Shot. Snap. Mind Stone. Duress. All right, welcome back, Duress. Nice looking Duress. And we have a rare in the retro, Pashalik Mons. Leaden Fists, and we have a Swamp. Let's look at these tokens. Tokens look pretty nice. Alright, so truth time. I'm actually super hyped for like Sarah Angel. You know, I've said this 100 times. Peregrine Drake. I've said this, and the Ications. The Ications are back from, I think this is like Ice Age. I've said it 100 times. You know, I got rid of my original set way back in the day, Body Snatcher. And slowly but surely, I've been coming through and just picking up new old cards and adding them to my collection. And that's one of the ones that I probably picked up first for a couple of Sarah Angels. So it's going to be really nice to add in some new and some old. So definitely looking forward to that. We have a lot of boxes of the set, so there's a lot of chances to get into one of those Sarah Angels. Alright, Wall of Junk. Add a Shivan Dragon. Alright. I actually just ordered a couple of the, I think I got an Unlimited on the way, and I have a Revised on the way. This is a huge hit. This is one that I really wanted. So, personal goals met. Invigorating Boon, and we're going to follow up with a Triskelion in the foil. Juggernaut. Smoldering Crater. Howl from Beyond. Look at this one. Fire Blast. And the Maze of Ith. This is from like the Dark. This is an old one. All right, good to see. And a Terror. Look at this Terror in the retro. This looks so cool. Oh man, I'm like super hype on this. And let's just take a minute and like look at these old Borderlands. Like, look at these. Yeah, these look awesome. These lands are just really nice. I'm a total sucker when it comes to the nostalgia thing, and that's, you know, I'm probably like the demographic that Wizards is like playing to. That's when they're like, yeah, we're gonna sucker these guys into buying these boxes. I'm probably that demographic. Giant Spider. Undead Gladiator. And we had a Rada, Hair to Keld in the Borderless. And this is a uncommon Borderless. And then we got the Zero. We got the Bee Woman. And that's going to go in our retro. Mogwar Marshal. Nice to see you. All right. So far, yeah, I'm digging this set. This is definitely, you know, aimed towards, I think, people like me, and most likely people like you. High Tide, awesome looking High Tide. And a Worldly Tutor. All right, so check it out. Actually, was super stoked that this Worldly Tutor popped up. So I was hoping to add this Worldly Tutor to my OG Worldly Tutor. So this is like a super nice hit. And that's clean looking too. Actually, no, it's not. There's like already a dent in it. Like, I have like the luck. Yeah, there's like a dent in it already. I have like the worst luck with getting damage cards out of like these boxes. But still stoked, like, nonetheless, like, to put that Worldly Tutor with like the one that I've already got. Yeah, I was really, really excited to see these tutors come back. There she is. There's my girl. So this Sarah Angel is going to join these Sarah Angels, and I've also got some Unlimited Sarah Angels as well. And this one I just got the other day. And this is the 30th anniversary promo of Sarah Angel. So I'm like super hyped to have this card. All right. Arcanus, the Omnipotent, is going to be our first rare. Followed up with a Lull. Yeah, I'm like mixing these up. There's tons and tons and tons of stacks over here. It's crazy. All right, I think we can probably speed this one up a little bit. I don't think we have to sit on these all day. Crop rotation, nice in the uncommon. We've got World Gorger Dragon, and that's going to end up in our mythic spot, followed by a retro counter spell. Always glad to see one of these pop up. I think the last time they had like a nice looking retro, I think it was like Modern Horizons 2, and that looked great. Dragon Whelp, that made another comeback, very nice. All right, we got Pyre Dragon. I'm going to follow up with an Undead Gladiator. And that's it. That's it for the first stack of box one. So I think we've done our due diligence now of going through and just admiring the cards that are in here. Got Jor-El. And let's see what we can do for some pulls along the way. Birds of Paradise. Nice. Nice. This is one I was super happy to see reprinted. All right, Impulse. Terror in the foil. We have Forest. Yeah, that Birds of Paradise, it's like, that's awesome. That's so cool to see come back. I think I have a Birds of Paradise from like Chronicles or something like that. Arcades made a comeback. Awesome. Speaking of older sets. Nice. So we're like, this box is already getting like really, really good cards. Like all the cards that you would see in this set, you're pretty much getting them already. Pacifism, and not to play down the Chainer's Edict. Like, we're not going to play this one down. Like, that's a decent card, too. Pacifism. Another Chainer's Edict. All right, we got Sulfuric Vortex. We're going to follow it up with a Mog War Marshal, a Festering Goblin, some more land, and an Elephant Token. Yeah. Definitely was excited about this. Icy Manipulator. Look at that. Oh, man. This is like nostalgic, like just totally bringing me down a whole nother path right now. This is going to be crazy going through and sorting these cards. Like, I'm trying to do my best to like clump these. Tormod's Crypt. All right. All right. Got the Phantom Nishoba. Yeah, I know I put a ton of the foils in this other stack over here, so that's gonna be fun to go through. Lotus Blossom, all right. Never really been my favorite, but you know, whatever. It's still doing its thing. And Arcades again, and this is in the retro foil. And I'm glad that the Squirrel Token also made its debut back into the set. Swords to Plowshares. Look at that uncommon. Very nice. Squirrel Nest. And a Mystical Tutor. I do not have one of these in the old school, but hey, that's a nice hit for us. Valduk, and we have ourselves an island. Polluted Mire, that's nice looking. Mishra's Factory. This goes right into my collection. I have tons of Mishra's Factory for absolutely no reason. They have zero value whatsoever, and I have a ton of them. I have them from like almost every set I think that I've gone through and opened so far. Okay, we got Chainer in the retro, a Counterspell in the regular. I think the one thing that I can appreciate about this set, honestly, is every land is retro. Like, there's no, like, every one of the basic lands is retro. There's none of this, you know, 10 different types of lands. And there's different variants. Sure, there's the dual lands that are in there, but you know, I can definitely appreciate how they're doing this. You know, island's an island, a mountain's a mountain, swamp's swamp, and everything is a retro. I like that. All right, Hunting Grounds is our next mythic. So we have a 4 mythic box so far. Followed up with a Chain Lightning in our retro. And, you know, it's crazy. I can't believe this is only the second stack of the box so far. I feel like this should be the box. Like, we've hit tons of good cards already. We've tons of good stuff in here. Cryptic Gateway in the retro. Ornithopter, Swamp, Cat Token. Like, we still have a whole other 12 packs to go. We've already got some really, really solid hits so far. And that's not even saying the commons and the uncommons. You know, we've hit some pretty good mythics and rares. Stroke of Genius. Got them out. Getting a lot of duplication, though. Thankfully, it's not duplication on our rares and mythics, but still getting the duplication nonetheless. Bound to happen. Body Snatcher in the retro. Aquamoeba. And where are you going? You're going here. All right, so how are we all feeling about this set? I know it's early. I know it's difficult to make that determination, but you know, like many of you, I'm doing first impressions. How are your guys' first impressions? Are you opening boxes of this? Are you waiting for me to open more? Are you watching other YouTubers that are opening boxes? You know, where are we at right now? You know, me personally, we're going to be doing this all week. Like, I've got so many boxes, like, just already loaded up. Tons and tons and tons are ready to go. As we're winding down towards the end of box 1, just the brief impression as I take a look, like, there are just so many great cards that are in here. Glory, this is going to be in our retro. Another Savannah Lion, and we got a land. Tons of them. I think if we're going to get a four mythic box, this is probably the ones that we want, outside of like a Demonic Tutor. Or is this Blueprint? Swords to Plowshares, and this is in our retro. Got a Kavu and a Plains, couple packs left. Nice Counterspell. Always great to see you make an appearance. Another Sarah Angel on the hype train for you. We have Umbilicus or Umbilicus, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Another Counterspell. Man, I'm going to be like full of these things. Lotus Blossom in the extended art non-foil. More Savannah Lions. Tons of those duplications in there. Denizen in the Deep. Haven't seen this one come back yet. Very nice to see this show up. Followed up with an Ember Beast, a Pluted Mire in the foil, an Island, and an Elephant. Gamble. All right, you made your first shot. Thanks for coming. Squirrel Nest, Island, last pack, box 1. Yeah. Definitely happy so far. All right, so we did get some duplication. We got a Zero. And then we got ourselves a Terror. So box 1. We got a Lyra in the borderless non-foil. We got the Nut Collector. World Gorger. And then, you know, we got a couple of the tutors in here. And we got Arcades. You can't forget that one. Birds of Paradise. Worldly Tutor. Maze of Ith. Man, we got some good cards in here. We got some really good cards in here. All right, let's do some cleanup. Let's move some things around. We'll get ready for the next one. All right, and Now that we're cleaned up and we're ready to rock and roll, let's get into box number 2. You know, here's the thing. Part of me wants to hope every box is going to be like box 1. It's going to be great for the collector, whether it's the collector and me, the collector and you. That's going to be great getting all these cards, but man, this is going to absolutely just destroy the price of cards. Windborn Muse for our first appearance, Wild Growth in our retro border, and then Evil or by Gorms. By Gore. Legacy Weapon for our first Mythic showing up. Yeah, some of these are coming out like bent, like they feel bent. I don't know. Can't imagine it was in shipping. I mean, it had to be in shipping, but like, you got to do something bad to a box to bend the cards. Like they're in a master case. Like, I don't know. They just got shipped like that to me, but that's crazy. Oversold Cemetery. All right. I've seen this in a couple of sets. And I'm being, legit. I'm not being facetious at all. All right. We got Deadwood Treefolk in the retro foil. And Exploration. Followed it up with a Frantic Search. Another Swamp. So definitely not coming out swinging hard like the last box that we had. Isolated Chapel. Got the Mind Stone, a Mountain, and a Construct Token. Alright, Vexing Sphinx. We have the Mog Marshall. We have another foil card. Alright, we have Lieutenant Kurtar in our retro, non-foil. Yeah, I'm going to have so many lands here. It's like tons and tons and tons of land. Mystical Tutor. Alright, first appearance, we're going to put you up top with the big boys. Put you down here with the little boys. And over to some land pile. And on to the next. These packs like fall apart. Triskelion in the borderless non-foil, followed by a Fariad Seer in the retro. So the retro spot is tough. I feel like you're not as likely to hit like a rare or a mythic in it. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I think we've only hit like one maybe. 1 or 2? We didn't hit many. Icy Manipulator. Saproling Symbiosis in the retro border. Just talking about that, ironically. Giant Spider. And onto stack 2. So, yeah, stack 1. Not so great. That was not good. It was not jam-packed. All right, Denizen of the Deep making its second appearance of this opening so far. This has the feel, like this is a feel of like Time Spiral. This is a feel of like a Modern Horizons or a Double Masters 2022. Like this has that kind of feel to it. That's not a bad thing. I enjoyed opening those. Double Masters is one that I loved opening, but I only had like one box, and I had just a ton of collector boxes. I wish I would have had more. All right, we got Absorb. Yeah, I mean, I love that. But this time, like, pretty stocked up. That's all we got. Got a lot to go through. All right, we got a Sarah Avatar for our second Mythic of the box. Got a Sawtooth Loon. Got a Forest. Divine Sacrament, Deadwood Treefolk, and our Swamp, and our Kitty Cat. Box 2, weaker of the boxes so far, unless this can make a dramatic turnaround. Stroke of Genius, the Momentary Blink in our retro. Definitely the weaker of the two. Mars Cavern. Haven't seen that one in a while. Alright, we got Vexing Sphinx in our retro rare. Crawl Space, followed by Wild Dogs. And last couple of packs here in the middle, still not having any major hits. No Force of Wills, no Vampiric Tutors. Alright, we got the Joel Ray, Icy Manipulator, Forgotten Ancient, Mountain, and a Nothing. Force Will be nice to make an appearance. Alright, Street Wraith, it's going to be our Borderless, followed by Sulfuric Vortex, followed by a Jonum Tome, some land. Let's do a quick cleanup on aisle 3. Stack our rares. There were some boxes I was seeing. I saw a couple of openings where people were opening up like 3 Force of Wills, 2 Force of Wills in a box. That's crazy. Spinal Endurance. We have a Duress. We have a Plains, and we have an Elemental. Last pack of the middle. All right, so this box definitely cooled off. This is not the box that we just opened. That's for sure. Maze of Ith in the Borderless non-foil. So we're going to put you with the hits, because we have nothing else to put up there. All right. Urza's Blueprint in the retro. Glintwing, Wild Dogs in the foil. Gemstone Mine, that's a nice one. Haven't seen this one in a while. Followed up with a Retro Border Counterspell, an island. Time Stretch finally made its first appearance. Very nice. We have a Rada, because you always have a Rada. In every single set you open, you have that Rada. No Enlightened Tutors, no Sylvan Libraries, no Entombs. Very surprised on that one. Yeah. So we're definitely getting a variety, but man, we're getting this duplication too, and we're getting kind of junk cards now. Urza would be nice. I don't know. See that Force of Will, though. I want to see them aliens. We got a Rith, followed by a Spirit Link, Impulse and foil. On to the next. Yawgmoth came back in the set, in case you guys didn't know. Alright, we have Flametongue Kavu, followed by an Overmaster. Juggernaut in the retro, back to a plane, and we have a Squirrel Owl. And we have the Mind Slicer, followed up by a Peregrine Drake, Aquamoeba in the foil, a Plains, and a Goblin token. See, if boxes like this keep up. There it is. Sylvan Library and in the retro border. That's a super nice hit. That's a really nice hit. Man of War, Swamp. Yeah, Sylvan Library, even just in the regular border right now, like pre-release prices, like $30-something. So that's a pretty decent hit. It's a spicy hit right there. All right, last couple of packs this box. First impressions are so far, this is like an awesome set. Like there are a ton of like awesome cards in here. I'm loving it. Double rare. So far, digging the set. I think there's going to be a ton of potential in here. I'd like to see how this goes further down as we start digging into more boxes. I've got a couple of cases, so I'd love to see how this kind of pairs up over the next, 6, 8, 10, 12 boxes. See how that plays out and see what kind of cards we get out of here, because I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit nutty. Forgotten Ancient, followed by a Sandstorm. We have a Forest. Doesn't even matter where I put it. That's it. That's the box. So, and if we're looking at box 1 versus box 2, I mean, honestly, I would say box 1 probably won. Box 1 had a ton of good cards in there. Gemstone, Urza Blueprint. Yeah, I mean, I'll say that box 1 probably won this one. Definitely some good ones in here, but there were just way more better ones in box 1. Box 2 definitely had some good cards, but I would say just not as good as what was in here. But I think everybody's a winner. When you start looking at these retro lands, these look amazing. They feel amazing. The quality looks great. Yeah. So that's my take on the set so far. And, I like it. I know this is a super long video. This is way longer than anything I've done before. But I think it's important that this video gets out to you guys so you can get your first look, get your first impression. And, there will be videos coming out pretty much for the next week or so. So keep your, eyes peeled for that. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. It really helps me out a ton. If you're not subscribed and you want to be, I would love to have you here at the channel. There's a button down below for that. And I'll catch you guys all in the next video.